Hey guys, how are we today? Well, trying something a little different here. Okay, maths lesson 2, fractions and decimals again, and this time we're going to subtract decimals involving fractions. And of course, we're going to be estimating to see how that goes with the reasonableness of answers. All right, so we're applying the jump strategy, and in the jump strategy, we're going to break up the 12 or partition the 12 into tens or into the two parts. Tens, one lot of 10 and 2. Of course, we're going to estimate to start with, so 35 and 2 tenths rounds to 35, 12 rounds to 10, 35 take 10 is 25. Now the calculation. So we're going to break the 12 up into 10 and 2, so we'll take the 10 away first, 35 and 2 tenths, take 10, 25 and 2 tenths, take 2, 23 and 2 tenths. That answer is close to our estimate, it's reasonable, so we're happy with that. Right, here's 2 for you. So I want you to pause this video and have a go at both of these, just either on your sheet, if you've printed it out, or on your pen and paper. Pause now, have a go. And we're back. Let's see how you went. All right, so in 25 and 5 tenths, we do our estimation to come up with 13. And when we actually go through our calculation, breaking up 13 into 10 and 3, we end up with an answer of 12 and 5 tenths, definitely close to 13, definitely reasonable. And in our second example that you worked on, 48 take 16, as our estimate gives us 32. And as we calculate through, we get 32 and 2 tenths. It's also close to 32. Don't forget, you can always pause if you want to check your work for a little bit longer. All right, moving on. Now, in this particular situation, we're going to estimate, and it goes through on the left-hand side what the thinking involved in it is, and on the right-hand side what you write down. So 35 and 2 tenths take 15 is approximately equal, and that's what that symbol there means, is approximately equal to. Okay, whereas down here it's exactly equal, so it's a calculation here, an estimation or an approximation. So we ended up with the approximation of 20. When we calculate again, we partition 15 into 10 and 5, take away the 10, and then take away further 5, and we end up with 20 and 2 tenths. Close to our estimate, a reasonable answer. All right, let's have a look at this one here. 12 and 8 tenths take 4. Estimate it now. Did you come up with 13 take 4 for an answer or an approximate answer of 9? And then when we calculate through, 12 and 8 tenths take 4 is 8 and 8 tenths, close to 9, it's reasonable. All right, 2 more for you to do. So pause the video now as you work through these examples. Do it now. And we're back. How'd you go? 23 and 6 tenths take 19. Let's see what your estimation would look like. And then on 78 and 2 tenths take 16. There we go. Check through your work, see how you went. Don't forget, again, pause if you need to. All right. So the difference with this jump strategy is that we are going to work with decimals on both the number we start with and the number we're taking away. So when they're both rounded, we can see 33 and 5 tenths is close to 35, 3 and 5 tenths is close to 5. Both examples have been rounded up, and because they're both rounded up, it should mean that our approximate answer is pretty close. So we're saying it's approximately equal to 30. Now, you can actually see the jump strategy here on a number line. So when I take it away, first of all, I'm going to take away the 3. 1, 2, 3. So when we start at 33 and 5 tenths, we're back to 30 and 5 tenths. And then we're going to take away the 3 tenths. 1, 2, 3 takes us to 30 and 2 tenths. and that's very close to our estimate of 30. Now, for you to do that, you can actually draw a number line of your own, but let's work through this one together, and then you can have one of your own. All right, first thing I want to point out is on this number line, we've got 27, 28, and 29, so it shows two areas where we can put tenths. This number here, when you're setting up your own, the 28 should always go in the middle or in the second last one, and that way you can easily fit it in when you're doing a subtraction and counting back. So we're going to estimate 28 and 7 tenths rounds to 29. 1 and 2 tenths is a little more than 1, so our estimate's 28. Now, showing that we start here at 28 and 7 tenths and jump back 1, followed by 1, 2 tenths. So we end up with 27 and 5 tenths, close to 28, a reasonable answer. Here's one for you. Have a go at this one. Pause the video and work through. Don't forget what I said about how to write the numbers here. 2 should be in the middle. Okay, have a go now. How'd you go? Let's see. All right, as I said, 2's in the middle. So 1, 2, 3. 2 and 8 tenths is the second last mark here in this section. We jump back 1 and then 1 tenth. So I end up at 1 and 7 tenths. 1 and 7 tenths is close to 2, a reasonable answer. So that's using the jump strategy on a number line. All right. Another strategy for taking away decimals is the split strategy, and it requires both numbers to be partitioned, and it can work for adding or subtracting. So once we do the calculations, we then recombine the parts to come up with our answer. So in this particular case, we're taking away 47 and 2 tenths, or we're taking from 47 and 2 tenths, 35. Estimate first of all, 47 2 tenths close to 47, 35 taken from that gives us an approximate answer of 12. So 47 and 2 tenths is broken up into 40 plus 7 plus the 2 tenths. 35 is broken into 30 and 5. Do our tens first of all. 40 take 30 is our 10, 7 take 5 is 2. There was nothing to take away in the tenths, so we just added back in together at the end to get an answer of 12 and 2 tenths. A reasonable answer. All right, let's do this one together, and then you can have a go at your own in a little while. So, first of all, I have to estimate. 78 and 9 tenths is close to 79. 1 and 4 tenths close to 1. Our estimation is 78. Okay, so in our estimate, 79 take 1 is 78. 78 9 tenths take 1 tenth, we partition. So we've got the 70 doesn't need to be partitioned or doesn't need to take anything away. But 8 take 1 is 7. 9 tenths take 4 tenths, 5 tenths. We've got a reasonable answer again. All right, 2 for you to do. So first of all, estimate and then calculate. Pause the video and work on these by yourself. All right, we're back. Let's look at the estimations first of all, and then the calculations. So don't forget, pause if you need to check your work. Done. That's it for today. Put a little bit on the end to see if you enjoy these. They're pretty bad, I warn you. Okay, what's 11 plus 2 minus, or plus 4 minus 17? A whole lot of work for nothing. I'll leave that one with you. Have a think about it. Okay, another little one there. And what do you call a dinosaur that likes subtraction? A gallimimus. And that's it for today, guys. Hope you're all well. Stay safe. And we'll catch you tomorrow for the next maths lesson. Thanks. Cheers now, guys.